Oh, the gameplay is not up again. Oh, BizHawk. Alright, everyone. Today we will be doing the last of the Hisuian Emerald backports for the month. We are doing Hisuian Goodra, because this is one of the few Hisuian forms I haven't played yet in any backport, including Fire Red. So I figured this will be a good one to pair with the starters. This is going to be our first one with the slow XP group, so I'm going to need to do a lot of the trainers, early game especially. Plus, what's going to suck about this is, yeah, the speed is the issue. But another thing that's an issue is our only setup move is Curse, and Curse is going to be around level 50. I think it is entirely possible that our setup move for Steven's going to have to be Curse. Like it's Gen 2 all over again. I mean, at least the defense boosts will help against him. Plus, the Steel type can't get poisoned, and Aerial Ace is going to do hardly anything. But we will be weak to Earthquake, though. But I think Steven will be easy. I think just set up Curse. We may have to get a Quick Claw in. We'll see. The Lucky Egg is an item in Generation 3, but it's only held by Chansey. And I don't think Chansey spawn in Emerald. It doesn't need it, though. It'll be fine. I'll just need to fight trainers, but at least this thing gets a lot of move variety. Like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Sledge Bomb, Iron Tail, Dragon Claw, Surf. There's a lot of choices. I gave myself Hidden Power Ghost under the suggestion from Axio. Might not be able to attend the stream, but that's the suggestion he gave. I was originally going to go for Naughty, which is plus attack minus special defense, just because our special defense is so high. But he suggested plus special attack, and I think what he said made more sense, because we're probably going to have to rely on way more special moves than physical moves anyway. Well, anything else to Oh, I'm dropping frames here. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Okay. Nice. How bad is it buffering? But he's a... Dude, why is it buffering so bad? Oh, jeez. Dude, why is my... I'm gonna try to stop the stream and immediately restart it. I don't know what's causing this issue. I think that might have fixed it. Okay, it hasn't been dropping frames for the last 20 seconds. Oh, hey, JC. Hello, Sundown. Okay, yeah, I think that fixed it. I got a new keyboard recently, so I plugged it into my PC, and I had to shift my antennas in the back a little bit, but it looks like it's all fine. I think it was just picking up interference. All right, let me go live on the vertical. Yeah, that was definitely a thing. I don't think Pelipper has Lucky Egg in this gen. Actually, I'm really curious now. I'm actually going to look it up. Oh, the Omega 5% Lucky Egg is only in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Yeah, gens 3 through 5, it had no held item. Hey, Riot. Okay, let's go live on vertical. I'm just stalling just because I want to make sure the stream isn't dropping, and looks like it stopped. Alright, everyone on the vertical, we will be doing Pokemon Emerald with Hisuian Goodra. If you want to know about the moveset and stuff like that, you'll have to head on over to the horizontal stream, but for now, we are going to get started. Okay, put the reset counter back to 0. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. I mean, Chansey, it does hold the Lucky Egg, but Chansey's not spawned in this game. So yeah, having a slow XP Pokemon is not going to be fun. Especially for Emerald. I mean, Steel Dragon is honestly one of the best typings in the game. Honestly, the only thing that's really better than it, in my opinion, is probably Steel Fairy. But Steel Dragon gives us resistances to so many types, and we're only weak to fighting and ground. And in Hoenn, ground really doesn't have any relevance outside of Steven with Earthquake. And fighting is only really relevant on Brawly, but we can just skip him. Although it would have been kind of difficult if this thing could learn Bulk Up, which it can't. Because if it learned Bulk Up, I would have had to figure out a way to fight Brawly early. Because I would prefer to have Bulk Up early if I could. But fortunately, it doesn't. I mean, fortunately, I kind of wish it had bulk up, though, because it'd be a setup move. Alright, so right now, Dragon Breath is my most powerful move. It's 60 base power, but with the same type of attack bonus, it'll be 90. Water Gun is probably just going to be for Geodudes. It's only going to be stronger against Geodudes. Mud Shot is just inaccurate. I don't think I'll ever use Absorb, though. Even 4 times resist, even if you're 4 times weak to Absorb, I'll probably use it in, like, Roxanne's gym. Just to heal up PP, or HP if I need to. Hey, Area 91. But yeah, sorry there hasn't been a stream since, when was it? Monday? Yeah, I had to cancel the Tuesday stream because of work reasons. And, I had to cancel Thursday because Scott wasn't feeling too good, and Steve, he basically just said he went straight to bed because he was aching from work. But this one, will be just fine. Oh yeah, it is 30% paralysis, yeah, so that's another bonus on top of that. Alright, I need to remember to go get some repels here. Okay, I'm gonna start by... Hello, Anderson. Will you pick up a Zigzagoon for Cut Surf and Rock Smash? I will after the first gym. I don't like getting it before the first gym because there's a double battle on the bridge leading to Rustboro, and if you have less than 2 Pokemon, you don't have to fight them. But if I catch a Zigzagoon now, then I'll have to fight them. So it's just, what do you call it? More efficient to just catch them after the gym. Oh, that's what you've been doing with your spare time, huh? Evading the law. Sounds like a fun time. Alright, I think I should probably try and sit. I do tend to pick up berries. Usually, like, the first couple of routes, I'll get the Orin, Pecha, Cherry Berries, Lepa Berries. It's usually the one Chesto Berry, too. But, I mean, obviously this thing doesn't need Pecha Berries, because it's a Steel type. Nope, no. We can't learn that move. Nope. Oh. Well, I just lost one of my Cherry Berries. Dominic, nope. Dominic, we gave this warning before, okay? I don't want any, political things in the chat, please. I think I've said this before, to you specifically. It's okay, but that's the last warning, because I'm pretty sure I warned you once before. Or it might have been some other person, but I'm pretty sure it was you. Get the Quick Claw. Yeah, Quick Claw. Yeah, this will definitely be a really useful held item. Just because of how slow we are. Oh, come on. Alright. Yeah, this gym's going to be an absolute breeze. 20 to 30 minutes as you're good as gold. Used to have a factory job. Came in handy. So I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the soak bath. It's okay, Dominic. It's okay. Some people just forget, but honestly, I know there's a thing on YouTube where you can put in, like, stream rules, like whenever a new chatter comes in. Like, I need to figure out how to do that. What stat do you think you would have to improve? For this thing? Honestly, if this thing had 10 more speed, this would be awesome, because speed isn't as important in Emerald, but 60 is on the line where some major foes will outspeed us. Like, if this was, like, if this was Fire Red, we'd be in huge trouble, just because there's a lot of fast Pokemon in that game. But yeah, with 60 speed, I'm pretty sure Watson's a Pokemon will outspeed us, but we resist electric. Doubly resist electric. Someone on Norman's team may outspeed us, or it'll be cutting it close. That's why for our nature, we are not lowering speed. Because you do not want to do minus speed with a speed stat that low. I mean, its speed is like, it's like on the verge of like acceptable versus bad. Because I know the minimum speed you want to outspeed everything is 85. And if it's lower, you could try a plus speed nature, but if you're going to be slower, just think who the major speed foes are. Usually it's Watson and Norman's Pokemon. I mean, Flannery's Pokemon are really slow, so it's not worth worrying about them. I'm not worried about the Slacking. I'm not worried about Watson's Pokemon. I'm not worried about Winona. Kate and Liza could cause some issues, but we do resist Psychic. But the Claydol is going to hit us with Earthquake, which is going to hurt. Plus, we'll gain some speed EVs. Yeah, no, I don't do Pokerus for regular playthroughs. We only do Pokerus in the Crystal backports. The Emerald and Fire Red backports, we do not. Alright, I hope I'm keeping good on my levels. I'm just pretty much not healing my paralysis, because when I return the Devon goods, I get a free heal anyway. Maybe Hisuian, Goodra, Dragon, Steel? I don't know. I honestly, based on looking at this thing at first, I actually thought this was a Rock Dragon type. But honestly, Steel Dragon's an incredibly good typing. Dragon Fairy? Nah, that's reserved for Mega Altaria. Honestly, no. Steel Dragon's probably a way better typing. Because Dragon Fairy would be weak to Ice, Poison, Steel. Okay, so I guess that's 3 weaknesses. It would have made it neutral. Yeah, well, Steel also makes it neutral, because Steel resists Fairy as well, because Steel resists like half the types in the game. Alright, got myself the free heal. Alright, so now I need to go into the mart and go buy some pokeballs and some potions. I don't need potions, just buy more repels. I don't know if this Brendan fight here is good training, but we are in the slow group. I should just do the fight. I mean, I'm sure this fight will be quick, right? 205. 208. Okay, this fight was actually decent XP. Yeah, just grounded fighting. Alright, let's go look for a bird and Zigzagoon. First, Zigzagoon. Also, you don't have to worry about it being talked about soon enough. Area 91, I don't know if you're joking or not, or if you're trying to get around the whole no talking politics thing. Or I don't even know. I'm just gonna take that comment as a joke, so I'll just leave it. I'm a troll. Well, yeah, Dominic is the troll. Can I just find a Zigzagoon, please? You can find Lombre to the west of Fall Harbor Town. Oh my gosh, where are the Zigzagoon? You know, this is immediately... Okay, this is improvement for Run 2, at least. The rules are mainly in place just because I don't want, like, people to, like, start fighting with each other, like, in the chats, or just, in general, just causing fights. Like, I just don't want any of that drama to be in there, because if you want to see that stuff, go somewhere else, you know? Like, this is not the time or place. That's what Oak would say. There's a time and place for everything, but not now. Oh yeah, there was that one person with the 8 alt accounts. That was funny. Oh my gosh, dude. How many Merrills? Come on, I need a bird. Thank you. How do you know whether Quick Claw activates in this game? It doesn't tell you whether it activates until Gen 5, which is kind of annoying. So technically, if you already outspeed, you'd have no idea if the Quick Claw ever activated, which honestly is kind of a blessing and a curse, because it won't, like, waste any time saying, like, the Quick Claw activated, which is nice. But I mean, with my overlay, I can tell if I'm not outspeeding something, so I'll then know if it's not the Discord. Hey, Shadow Stitch. Yeah, Area 91. There's a time and place for everything. Plus, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if my audience came from, like, all different sides of issues. Like, I'm sure there are, but that's still not a time and place. I just don't want fights to spawn out, you know? In one stream I got into a FNAF lore with another person. Interesting. That's how the world works. True. Alright, I wonder if I should fight the trainers on the beach. Honestly, I don't think I should. Watson's not going to be that difficult. Plus, Mudshot's actually going to be good for his gym. I'm just going to fight the Soda House, though. As Rick says, I sit on the fence neutral. I don't know who Rick is. Does it feel wrong using Dragon Breath on a Meryl? Because I don't think Goodra has ever used Dragon Breath on a Meryl and it actually does damage. Like, if you know, you know. Alright, I can't learn Thief, so I'm just gonna skip that. Oh, Rick and Morty. Oh. I've never, I've seen clips of the show, but I've never actually sat and watched it. It just doesn't seem like my, kind of show. I mean, fairy types aren't a thing. Yeah, that's the joke, because Goodra has only ever known Meryl as being a fairy type. Because it was introduced in Gen 6, so that was like the joke. Alright, you get a free heal too. You get a free heal here too. Alright, coming up are the two Poke fans with the Plusle and Minun, but with Mudshot, they should be one-shots. I pretty much consider these two major trainers to, like, talk about, because they almost never are one-shots, and they will get off a Thunder Wave and just be annoying. I actually heard that. Yeah, I remember seeing videos that they replaced the voice actors. I don't remember if the old ones, like, quit, or they were fired, or died or something. I don't know what happened, but they're getting new voices. I mean, I remember when the original voice of Mario decided to retire and they got a new one, and you got to hear what it sounds like through the Mario Wonder game. I never played it, but the sound clips sound pretty accurate. I could do the trick house to get the rare candy. I'm not gonna do that because it's a huge time investment to get that one rare candy. I pretty much came to the conclusion it's only worth getting that candy if you need to use the candy for Watson. Like, if I'm using, like, a water type, I will actually get that rare candy. But this thing does not need that candy. Some kind of controversy. Never heard of it. Oh, he was one of those people? Oh, okay. Wait, is this a EP up? That's a guard spec. Alright, I'm gonna heal up. Repel. Potion. Paralyze heal. I'm good on PP. So wait, he was the co-creator of the show, and he basically got fired from his own show? Dang. Man, they were even... If I had to take a guess, I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted him back on just because even though the charges were dropped, the public image has kind of been ruined, and they probably wouldn't want to deal with that issue. That is still annoying, though. Like, if the guy ended up being innocent, the fact he was still booted. That's a shame, though. Actor who played the Green Samurai. Oh, I actually read about this recently. The Blue Power Ranger. I don't know if there's been multiple Blue Power Ranger actors, but from what I've read in an article, one of the Blue Power Rangers got arrested in a small town near me. Not small town, but like a small city about like 400 miles from me in my state. Apparently he got arrested for I don't remember what it was. It might have been like drunk driving or something. Something about alcohol. Well, Area 91, it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. You're not supposed to prove someone's innocence. I mean, that's how it should work. Like, you should have the evidence that they did it, not make the defense, like, show evidence you didn't. Like, that's kind of harder to prove. What's Zigzagoon holding? Probably just something. A potion. I'm not allowed to use pickup, though, so I'm just going to let it hold on to that potion. I know Steve loved the Power Rangers. I never really was a fan of that show. I don't know, I just... They had evidence, huh? He was the voice and then was fired. The charges were dropped because they settled. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. He was technically never convicted. He just settled out of court for money. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. I mean, I'm sure if I would never have do any of that kind of stuff, but in a hypothetical, like parallel universe where I did do one of those, and I knew if I went to court, I'd be found guilty, it would be a lot cheaper and quicker just to settle and just pay the other person whatever money they want. I should probably fight these trainers, yeah. These trainers should be nice and quick. Watson's gym trainers actually give decent XP. And besides, well, we're not weak to fire, but the problem is, I don't really have a good move to deal with him. It's because he was. Like, everybody knows it. But then again, like, I don't think I was alive during that case. So, like, obviously, like, I didn't witness it. But based on all the things I've seen, yeah. Alright, let's see how Watson goes. One shot. Oh, see how I outsped it? That was the quick claw. Interesting. Oh, right. That thing doesn't have Thunder Wave. Oh, I outsped the Magneton by 1, but it lived anyway. Honestly, damage rounding actually mattered there. Presumed guilty in most countries. That's what I've heard. Yeah, some countries treat their systems differently. Come on. Come on. Come on. The man will get into fights. Is. Are you gonna teach it Brick Break? I'm not sure. The TM's all the way in Satopolis, so I've got a while to decide that. Hey, I'm 151. Alright, I'm gonna fight most of the trainers leading up to Fall Arbor. I am sorta worried about Flannery. Oh, never selected the bike. Man, I really like the Team Charm theme. Alright, I'll just fight the other hiker later. Alright, technically the TM for Toxic is in here as well, but I don't think it's going to be useful. I don't know why I did that. It's a bad habit. Because there's a trick where if you bike all the way down, then all the way up, you can skip that spinner every time, so you don't have to, like, pause menu him. But I can just do the regular bag trick, and besides, I want to fight him. He's actually good XP. Alright, so we can teach Secret Power. I don't think I'm going to right now. I actually prefer my current moveset. I just hope the guy who comments the fact I overuse Return, I hope he's happy about this stream. Well, I may still end up teaching it. We'll see. Return is generally way less useful in Emerald. Aw, damn it, I did not mean to do that. A buddy of mine went to Dubai and he was paranoid the whole time he was there. They find out anything about you, it's over. Very strict. Dang. I've never seen that, no. Yeah, I'm generally pretty good at using the bike in this section, but that was just a screw-up. And again, I've never even left the country. I've never even left the US. Let alone, like left the continent. Okay. I mean, it depends on where you travel to this country. Some places are way safer than others. Alright, I'm pretty sure we can't learn Dig. Let me see. Nope. Well, I guess Zigzagoon's gonna be my Dig user. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I only ever need like 2 escape ropes the whole game. I'll just have to skip that next run. Alright, I'm pretty sure that Poke Collector guy right by the Carbos, I'm pretty sure he just has a single Aeron, so I'm just gonna skip him. Honestly, I wonder if I should have taught Rain Dance over Absorb or something. Because Rain Dance could have actually helped with Flannery. But then again, like, her Pokemon have Sunny Day, which would cancel it out anyway. And what's she gonna do? I resist Body Slam. I'm pretty sure her Camerupt doesn't even have a ground move. Well, her Numel might have Magnitude, I don't remember. But Overheat's only gonna be neutral to us. It's not, and our special defense is insanely high, so I think Flannery's just gonna be free. Hey, Soul Rock. How much XP does this go? Eh. Yeah, I've never been to Michigan, let alone Detroit. But that is like one city I would definitely not go to. I'd rather go to LA, and I've been to LA. Alright, I better just use my super repels. Detroit ain't as bad as people think. Well, either way, it's a big city. I don't like going to big cities. I just don't like big cities in general. I never really seem safe in a big city. New York City's way worse. Oh, okay, I have to admit, okay, I'd rather go to Detroit than New York. You got me there. Alright. Darn, no hiker. I hate even going into Charlotte, and that's not even big. What's the population of Charlotte? As I can tell you, the nearest, like, big city to me is probably a population of 100,000. And to you guys, you're probably thinking, oh, that's pathetic. No, to me, that's massive. I don't even like going there. I mean, the second biggest nearest city to me is, well, city, town, whatever the real definition is around 45,000. And I don't like going there that much. Alright, let's save and take on Maxi. I'm not going to get the meteorite here just because, as I stated earlier, return is really not that good in Emerald. Only really good if, like, you get the same type of attack bonus with it and it's, like, your most powerful move. Or if, like, you don't have any other choice, but Secret Power will generally carry you through. Or, like, it depends on the Pokemon, usually. Like, if you have, like, no other moves, then you should get Return. I am trying to... Why did I get that? I am trying to work on my bias towards Return a little bit, but... I mean, my bias towards Return isn't as big as, like, Scott's. Because I can definitely tell you, whenever I do, Gen 4... or Gen 3, I don't teach Return in Gen 3 that often. If I ran Leaf Green, I almost never get Return just because Return in those games is just bad. Like, you know how in Gen 1, Body Slam kind of starts to cater off after, like, halfway through the game? Similar thing with Return. I like how everybody's just talking about rats in cities now. I mean, at least that's a topic that doesn't break the rules. The Lions broke their losing curse. Oh, I know D1 is a really big Lions fan, and Steve was watching the game, and I don't know if they got destroyed, but either way, they lost. I'm sure D1's real upset about it. Oh, Sunny Day. In that case, Mud Shot. Really? I probably should have just used Dragon Claw. I used to be ashamed to be a Lions fan. I don't really care about any team, honestly. The only team I really pay attention to is the Eagles, because one of my bosses at work really loves them, and if they end up losing, he gets in a really bad mood. So I need, like, a heads up. Alright. Alright. I'm about to buy some vitamins shortly. I wonder what vitamins I should buy. I'm thinking calcium and carbos. Yeah. Oh. Damn it. I'm supposed to turn left right before that. Oops. My bad. I mean, it's time save for the next run. Actually, did I ever fight this guy? I did. Alright, I don't need Hidden Power Ghost before the 6th gym, so I'm actually not going to buy it here. Alright, get rid of that. I don't want proteins. I'm going to keep that carbos. I'll hold on to those PP ups. Don't want that. Alright, let's see. Vitamin of the day. I would like... Honestly, I think just carbos. I think my speed might be starting to become an issue. So I'm just going to get carbos. I mean, our special attack is boosted by our nature anyway. Oops. Well, that's annoying. Time to be an ashamed lion spanning. Wait. I just realized I need to fight Brawly. Why is it always on exit by default? It does the same thing in Oras too. Alright, you guys think this is going to be hard? Yeah, I just didn't want to fight Brawly early. What my conclusions have been, if I don't have something super effective against him, or if I cannot learn bulk up, there's no reason to do him early. Alright, I should probably use an ether. Alright. Maybe there are rats, like, by the dumpsters, maybe? Or in the back alleys? Alright, I think I'm gonna... Alright, so what's the speed stat of the slacking? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be faster than me, right? Oh, I'm speed tied with it. Alright, in that case... I'm actually gonna use Mudshot to lower its speed. Alright, at least I knocked it out. Dang, those Carbos actually allowed me to speed tie it. And I think that may have actually mattered, because otherwise that thing would have just been such a pain to... Okay, apparently Linoon is his fastest. I mean, I don't care about... Oh, maybe I do care about that thing outspeeding because of headbutt flinching, but... He doesn't really seem to use it as often as, like, Facade. Alright, we got Surf. Alright, I already got the Meryl, so no need to catch it. Or no need to... Oh, crud. This fine. This... What other HMs do I still need to teach Waterfall Dive? Yeah, I should still be fine. I can teach Surf to Meryl. I was just worried, like, I wasn't gonna have room for my HMs by teaching Surf, but no. It's fine. I just cannot teach Rock Smash to Meryl. If I teach Rock Smash to Meryl, then that would be bad. Yeah, that's completely true, Air 91. The fact that the Romans, like, thousands of years ago, made roads that are still standing versus newly paved roads get dented after a year. I mean, you could say, like, well, back then they didn't have, like, trucks and stuff. I mean, but still, like, surely we should have, like, a better material, right? Alright, I am going to do some extra precautionary things. We are able to learn Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. So I'm actually going to get Thunderbolt. I'm debating whether to go all the way to the abandoned ship to get Ice Beam. Because Ice Beam might be our answer for Winona, but here's the question. Is Winona even worth worrying about? I don't think Winona's worth worrying about. I mean, sure, her Altaria has Earthquake, but I don't know. Because that is such a huge time investment to go... Oh, God. It's a huge time investment to go get it. So I'm just not sure. Alright, it's actually a good thing I taught Zigzagoon Dig, because otherwise I'd be one escape rope short. Okay. Yeah, they were built by aliens. Dude, get out of the way. Dog. That's supposed to say dog or doge. I mean, there is maintenance being done. It's called It Takes Forever, and they have to do it again in 6 months. I'm impressed that person didn't see me. Man, Stab Dragonclaw is just insane. Plus, it doesn't get affected by Intimidate, too. Honestly, part of me is wondering if I'm doing too much training. Like, especially in the early game, because Watson was not hard at all. Honestly, I think it was just pure damage rounding, so I think if I had just gotten level 25 or equipped the soft sand... Honestly, I think for that fight, I should have just equipped the soft sand. Also, I've been deciding what game to do for the next Speedrun Sunday. I'm actually done doing the Ocarina of Time randomizers. I want to do another game to speedrun. I was originally thinking of doing like any percent for Blast Score, but I honestly think I'm kind of done with that game for now. I've already ran any percent on N64 like many times. I kind of want to do something else. I've actually been torn between 3 games. One of the games I was thinking of is Pokemon Dash. One of the nice proclaimed like best side Pokemon games, if you know what I mean. Like, people just love the game. But I used to speedrun the game a lot back in the day, plus I'm one of the leaderboard moderators. One of the best runners for that game came out of semi-retirement and started beating all my old records. So I was thinking maybe we need to try and get back at him, get those records back. Another one I was thinking, it was a category I wanted to run such a long time ago. Like back in 2019, I wanted to run it, but I never ended up running it on stream. It's a Pokemon Blue Rescue Team, any percent unrestricted. And it's a very interesting category because Blue Rescue Team and Red Rescue Team, but mainly Blue Rescue Team, you can actually RNG manipulate the dungeon layouts because whenever you do a quick save right before the stairs, as soon as you go down the stairs, the layout is going to be the same every single time. Which you can just predict the entire game, and it's hilarious. I mean, the Japanese are great when they're not making like 5 billion different hentai videos. Okay, that lived. The Zero Seed quick save. Yep. And the third game I was thinking of is another game that I'm a moderator for. I'm the only, well, I was the only person to ever do a run of this game. It's a game for the DS and the Wii called Monster Lab, where you basically collect like parts and ingredients. You make your own monsters. You make some arms, some legs, make a head, and then you battle other monsters. And there's actually a story to the game too. It's kind of, I've heard people describe it as like a Pokemon meets Tim Burton, because you get to like customize the monster any way you like. And it's got some nice boss battles in it too. That's another one I was thinking of, because someone did beat my record for it. But I don't know, I'm torn between those three games for the next speedrun Sunday. And whatever game I choose, I'm going to stick with it for however long it takes to like, get a PB or a record I'm satisfied with. Sounds like an interesting game. Oh, I've seen what the buildings look like in the UAE from like pictures. Their cities look incredible. Especially with all the ancient buildings. A lot of big cities in the Middle East area just look awesome. Like with all their 1,000-year-old architectures. They just look awesome. I mean, there are buildings over there that are older than half the countries on the planet, which is insane. Oh my... Who hit me with Sand Attack? Might have been this... I don't know who it was. Something hit me with it. Okay, yeah. Ice Beam definitely would have made this fight safer. I mean, Altaria did do a lot of damage. I don't know. Like, I think I probably should have just taught Thunderbolt. I don't think Ice Beam's needed, but I should have taught Thunderbolt. Oh my god, I hate this thing. Well, damn speed, lol. So you think the Japanese only make Pokemon and hentai? That's okay. They make Zelda too. All I'm saying is just not everything that comes out of Japan is good, okay? Not everything. I mean, didn't the Japanese invent, like, talking toilets or something? Zinc? Oh yeah, the Mystery Dungeon item selection's pretty cool. One Piece, my friend, One Piece. I'm not really a fan of anime. And before anyone says, well, Pokemon's an anime, I'm not really a fan of the Pokemon anime either. I mean, I have an unpopular opinion about the Pokemon anime. I don't know how popular this stance is. It's probably not that popular, but I think they should have done away with Ash after at least the Johto season. I think every new region, they should have just made all of them new characters. Like, I think 2,000 episodes plus involving the same main character for 25 years, that gets old. Like, there's, like, no continuous plot. It just changes every season. Like, I think Ash should have it's like what the manga does. Like, every new region, the manga has new characters. I mean, they replace Ash's side characters mostly, but, like, not Ash himself. But the manga, all the characters are new. I mean, I'm sure you could find ways for, like, different characters to meet up somehow. But here's another thing I don't like. I hate how the Pokemon movies are not canon. Like, for example, like, a major world-ending event is gonna take place in a movie, and then, like, Ash and, like, the whole gang, like, have to, like, work to, like, save the world, or at least, like, save the city or something. But then, by the time the movie's finished, when they get back to actual episodes, it's as if none of that happened. Okay, the first movie might be the only one that's canon. But, like, for example, this one Pokemon movie I watched a lot as a kid, Jirachi and the Wishmaker. Normally, Jirachi is only supposed to wake up every 1,000 years to grant wishes. And then, by the end of the movie, Jirachi goes back to sleep, supposedly for another 1,000 years. But then, like, 10 years later, in one of the Gen 5 anime seasons, they just randomly meet Jirachi as if they've never seen one before. Like, dude. It's basically, I just wish the whole anime had, like, one continuous plot. Like, the overall goal. Like, for example, like, I know Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime, but throughout its 3 seasons, like, all the seasons had the same goal in mind. The same overall goal. The Pokemon anime's overall goal is just, oh, become a Pokemon master, but it's never really described what that term means. And plus, like, each new region's, like, just starts over. It's American animes are just cartoons. The definition of anime is a Japanese cartoon. Did he, though? It took him 25 years to win a single championship. He's honestly one of the worst trainers ever. Like, there's other characters in that whole season that have won more tournaments. Like, it took him that long to win a single championship. And he had to use, like, every gimmick known to man. Like, I never watched the actual episodes, but I'm pretty sure Z-moves and Mega Evolutions all got used in different fights. Like, he just used, like, every gimmick there is. I mean, I will say, I did actually love the Sun and Moon anime seasons as a kid. I actually kind of liked the redesigns. Plus, it just felt different. Like, instead of, like, traveling from, like, town to city doing gym battles, Ash was just in a school with some school friends doing, like, casual kid things, and I thought it was kind of like a more relatable season. And occasionally there'd be some cool stuff. Team Rocket and Sun, yeah, the Beware bit, oh my god. Beware always coming back to get them is so hilarious. Yeah, anime is a bit of a weird definition. No, Avatar's not an anime. It's inspired by anime, but it's not anime. Anime in Japanese just means animation. So by that standard, you think SpongeBob's an anime? By that standard. People use the term to describe Japanese cartoons. Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender was awesome. It's a legendary piece of work. I'm not arguing that. It was good to the Japanese. I'm sure it was. People all over the world liked it, I'm sure. We're all talking about the cartoon, right? We're not talking about the Shyamalan film. How come every word in German has to be like 3 times as long as the English word? Alright, I'm gonna PP Max Dragonclaw. What Japanese cartoon is not an anime? Can you give me an example? Like, what's an animation that comes out of Japan that people do not call an anime? German's a compound word language. It sounds like it, yeah. Why have I not taught Thunderbolt by now? Okay, that was actually cutting it kind of close. Curse. Is Curse gonna help at this point in the game? I plan to use it for Red, or I mean Steven. I don't think it's gonna help anywhere else. I'm actually just gonna get the move back later. I plan to only use that move for Steven. I mean, people here, like, just refer to cartoons coming out of Japan as anime. That's what we refer it to. We don't call American cartoons anime. We only do it if it comes out of Japan. Oh, I would definitely not consider Powerpuff Girls anime, not even close. Even if it did, well, if it came out of Japan, then obviously I would call it that. I've never heard of any of those shows. Also, just because of how defensive Goodra is, and especially without a setup move, I actually will get Rest. Probably Substitute. I'm not going to get Substitute now, though. I'm just going to beat the rival here just to clear my way to him later. Oh, I just realized that Combuskin has no fighting moves. Its only fighting move is Bulk Up. Like, dude, you just made your Pokemon worse. Well, that's just my definition. Like, if someone tells me about a particular anime, I'll be thinking, oh, it's some show out of Japan. Like, I'm not gonna... When someone says anime, I'm not gonna think of American cartoons. I'm not gonna think of that. Well, it's not uncommon for animation studios overseas to work on cartoons. I mean, it's kind of a similar thing to, like, how most things say made in China. What is Sonic X to you, then? I've never even seen it. But where did it come out in? If the... Like, if it came out in Japan first, then it'd be an anime, but if a US-based animation team, like, released it, then that's not an anime to me. Honestly, the only reason I've had no resets is just because Steel Dragon defensively is extremely good. German anime exists. The German shows animated by the Japanese. You mean the shows came out in Japan and then localized in Germany, right? Or like animation studios there, like, did a lot of the work for something to release in Germany, right? I'm guessing that's what you're saying. Zodiac sign, a Tauros, like from Pokemon? Ah. Okay, so you have something like the newer Scott Pilgrim Netflix anime art style. Well, honestly, I only consider it anime if it was produced by a Japanese company, not from a Japanese anime studio or animation studio, because I'm sure they do work for a lot of other shows in other countries, because it's kind of like the equivalent of like a Chinese factory. But if the show wasn't released by a Japanese company, I don't consider it anime. I mean, we can all agree to disagree, but I don't think you guys are going to convince me. Okay, I should just teach Thunderbolt now. What? Alright, honestly, I do not need Mudshot. Honestly, I don't even need Body Slam. I think I'd rather get rid of, Mudshot. Also, since I have Fly, I could get Ice Beam right now. I remember Axew did suggest that I get Ice Beam to deal with Claydol. And let's see, what would be my best move? Let's see, 95 times 2 is... 190? I think. I believe so, yeah. And a Stab Dragon Claw is 120. Plus, the Claydol is probably going to be the hardest opponent on Tate and Liza's whole team, because only the Claydol has something I'm weak to. Actually, oh, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Solrock has Flamethrower, but I'm not weak to fire, so that wouldn't even matter. It is listed as Japanese on Wikipedia with funding. Oh, so it was funded by the companies, but... Okay, so if it was... Okay, so, yeah, if it was produced completely by a Japanese company, then, I would consider it an anime. And the topics of chat throughout this whole stream have definitely been something. We were talking about, at first, some people tried to bring up politics stuff, but I had that shut down. Then it went to cities and rats. And now we're all talking about definition of anime. Anime-influenced animation. Okay, that is what the Avatar Last Airbender is. It's anime-inspired. But I don't consider it a true anime. And I love facing the 5 Gyarados guy. Alright. Oh, wait. I'm gonna get Ice Beam right now. Hey, Steve. Today at work, I was watching Death Note all day. Hey, Steve. What is your definition of anime? Like, we've been debating that for the last half hour. I was telling people, like, I can only consider it anime if the show was created by a Japanese studio. Not if it's inspired, but released in America. Stuff like that. So to you, just any cartoons and anime? All cartoons. Well, you hear that, guys? Steve is a huge fan of the anime show called Danny Phantom. I could have swore I got this rare candy. Oh wait, no, that's not the rare candy. That's the rare candy. Dang it. Cartoon is broad. Yeah, that's extremely broad. I refuse to believe you actually would, like, you would knowingly call, like, Danny Phantom an anime. Oh, wrong way. There has to be a line. Nobody seems to make it clear, so my line is anything cartoon. You know, Steve, that's the pure definition of I play both sides, so I always come out on top. That's what that reminds me of. It's... Dude, that show was nowhere like it. Nothing like anime. What? It has some inspired elements. Yeah, but that doesn't make it anime. Okay, so let's talk about some things in the actual game here. Let's see. I think with Ice Beam, Tate and Liza is just going to get completely destroyed. How is Dragon Ball Z an anime, not a cartoon? That is a That's a good question. Well, Cartoon Network liked showing animes of all sorts. Well, here's the question. Where was Dragon Ball Z produced? Because I know there's a Japanese dub and I'm pretty sure the English version's the dub. I think Japanese is the original. So didn't it come out in Japanese first? Japan? There we go. Yep, it's an anime. Oh, Steve, are we gonna do game night tonight? Because I know today wasn't the most voted option, but I think it's like second most. What's the rule? Like, is game night just gonna be the most voted option, or if people just happen to show up? I never thought it wasn't Japanese. I've always thought of it as an anime. Oh, yeah, I have Ice Beam. The line is, who created this, sounding just as stupid as the Wagyu beef argument. Hey, I call it anime if it originated from Japan. That's just my lining. Well, good news is I froze the clay doll. Bad news is it's not a one-shot. Honestly, well, that right there might be calling for, like, what do you call it? That's potentially a reason to use Blizzard, but Blizzard would hit both opponents on the field, and that's not a good idea. Oh my gosh. Okay, Ice Beam makes no difference to this guy at all. Unless I decide to use rare candies. Alright, so I think for these guys, Dragon Claw. Alright, one shot. That was a crit, though. Yeah, the crit absolutely mattered. Okay, so honestly, using Ice Beam on the Clay Doll was actually a mistake. If I had just used two Dragon Claws, it never would have gotten to full restore range. So honestly, Ice Beam did not help for that fight at all. Be careful, that is a... Hold on. Wagyu beef is top tier beef, but actually it just means beef from cows in Japan. That's how my brother defines it. My brother says Wagyu is Japanese beef. Snowscape and frostbite conditions. What is the difference between those two again? I haven't really seen those status conditions much at all because I don't really like using ice moves. If Dragon Ball Z is an anime, then all cartoons are anime. You can't change my mind. Jimmy Neutron encouraged the cowardly talker officially anime. Oh my god, you're going all out with that. I don't know. There are people who use words incorrectly all the time. Alright, I'm not going to save for this fight, because I don't think I need to. Cool, 2 intimidates. Come on, someone use swagger. Oh, it doesn't even matter. I'm just going to be using special moves anyway. Well, good job. Amnesia actually let you live that. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron's CGI. It's like, Jimmy Neutron's not a cartoon. Okay, King of the Hill is not an anime. Dude, okay, you guys were talking about some shows that are inspired by anime. How is King of the Hill inspired by an anime? Like, what what bit of inspiration did anime give that thing that Hank Hill does? What? That's a what? We could let porn decide. Okay, I feel like we've had enough discussion on anime versus cartoons. I think we should try and talk about something else. Where are my repels? Here they are. Oh, it's a meme. Oh, okay. Alright, we don't get earthquake, so I'm gonna have to skip that. Also, I don't know if this is real or not, but apparently King of the Hill's being added to Fortnite. I'm not even kidding. I saw a post about that on X the other day. I don't know if that's a meme or not, but it's what I've seen. We'll probably do both. Today I'll probably be Clue and Sunday I'll probably be Jackbox. Yeah, I would absolutely love to play Clue. I've actually been practicing Clue for the last few days. I have not won a single match. But I've been learning some tricks. Like, Steve, I finally understood what the whole, like, marking the ones and the twos mean. Because the key is, like, you gotta mark the ones, like, if somebody has one of the 3 cards that the other player guesses. And if you end up marking off, like, 1 or 2 of those X's, you can determine what one of their cards is. I mean, I'm not surprised Miku's in Fortnite. Wasn't there someone else they added to Fortnite recently? I don't play the game, but I just like hearing about these things. Okay, that is the first time Brendan has ever called me about the Rayquaza after the storm has happened. I must have done like pure minimum steps or something, because that call is supposed to come up after a certain number of steps. Oh, that was some Aang in Fortnite. When I was playing last week, I wasn't trying to even a little bit. I used to have a lot of good strategy. I'd have to remember the stats again by practicing. Steve, you spent half the game like doing your rich guy accent, like going, yes, we're going to the observatory. Who's committed thy murder? Mind games is more fun than actually winning. That's true, yeah. What games were we playing? Are you talking about, like, Jackbox, or, like, I mean, we were playing a mix of, like, Jackbox and Clue. The Jackbox games we do usually are whatever the newest one is. I think it's called Jackbox Survey or something. It's actually really fun. I'm sure Steve can describe what the game is, because I can't really think right now. Also, based on looking at the time, I don't think this thing's going to get under 130. I might beat Wallace at under 130. Oh, okay, it's a bunch of games on Steam. They're basically like party games. Like, there's some trivia games, there's some other sorts of like party games. Let me think of an example. There's one game called Fakin' It where you basically have you basically have anywhere from 2 to 5 players. I believe it has to be around 3 or 5 players or something. But the point is, like, there's basically a bunch of questions and prompts that come up, and you have to rate on a scale of 1 to 5, like, either how likely it's happened to you or how likely you do it, stuff like that. But one of the guys is faking it, meaning he doesn't know what the question is. He just has to raise 1 through 5 just randomly, and then you have to pay attention to how everyone else answers. Like, for example, if the prompt says, if the question says, on a scale of 1 to 5, I have this many period-stained underwears in my drawer. Like, that's an actual question we've had. And most of us would say 0, but if there's one person who voted 2, and they'd be like, yeah, that person's the faker, because if you had known what the question is, you would not have said 2. Funnily enough, though, the last time we had one of those questions, John Calibro was playing with us. I believe he put down 2, and we all thought he was the faker, but he actually wasn't the faker, and oh, fuck. And then we're all like, dude, you actually weren't lying? Why would you have those? It's either of you are interested in trivia-ish games, you don't mind joining a voice chat. Yeah, we wouldn't mind having more people. Also, Clue is called Cluedo in German. That is weird. The Clue on Steam that we all play is called Cluedo. That's literally what the game's called. Girlfriend, I assume. He has a wife. That's the first time I failed that ice puzzle in a long time. One rule is that you gotta join voice chat for game night. Yeah. I don't know, though, 'cause, Steve, we have to be careful with, like, who we choose to invite, because half the people in the Discord don't even participate in game nights. Like, they never vote in polls for, like, when to do game night, and they never show up. There are people in there who have never once voted on any of your polls. Like, I don't even know why those people are still in there. Same difference. Alright, I'll probably enter the league building by 126. Funnily enough, even though I don't have any resets this run, I feel like I still played kind of bad. Alright, I'm gonna get Brick just in case. Those people are just there in case they're really... because they're really old friends of mine that I haven't talked to in years. You haven't talked to them in years, yet you sent them a Discord link. Foot quiz. Hey, Dominic. Ah. Alright, is this gonna be my final moveset? Let's see. Actually, I would like to replace Water Pulse with Substitute. Oh, the Foot Quiz mini, the theme. Oh, yeah. I don't need to save. That's how men friendships work. You cannot talk to someone in years, find something new, never miss a beat. Exactly. Because my best friend in real life that I've talked to, that I've hung out with since high school, we will go completely, what's it called? No contact for like 6 months, but then one day I'm like, hey, you want to hang out? And then he'd be like, sure, where at? Like, I could literally only talk to him once every 2 months, and we'll chat as if nothing ever happened. I can confirm that is how men friendships work. Footgate. I believe it was called Sentry Duty. Sentury. Sentry Duty. Iron Tail. Is that going to be useful? I actually think this will be... no. I was going to say it'd be useful for the ice, for the Ice Elite 4 member, but half of her team is water, and water resists steel. So it'll just be a 150 power move when I can just use Dragon Claw. I say century because some people might think like the term 100 years. Fun fact, if you live to be 100, you're called a centennial. I've actually read it's actually not that common to live to 100. From what I've read, I believe the odds of you living to 100 are, if I remember correctly, probably like 1 in 10,000 or something. Because it's very rare to live to that age. It's really impressive if someone does, though. I mean, I don't think I'd live to be 100, because the oldest relative that I remember, I believe, passed away at 86. You've lived through the millennium change. Okay, Steve, we all know this. Now go take your hair loss medication and your dementia pills. That was not that interesting. Didn't people thought all the computers were gonna blow up, the Y2K thing? That sure sounded interesting. I was never alive for it, but probably was a time to be there. It becomes more interesting every year. 89. Nice. Well, not nice that she died, obviously, but I meant, like, that's a nice age to go to. You got a few friends, you didn't learn their name till weeks later. Oh my god, that is funny. That's another thing with how, men try to remember names. Usually if a man, like, forgets somebody's name, they're not just gonna point out, just blank say, like, hey, what's your name again? They're gonna wait for it to eventually come up in a conversation. Like, for example... Like, if you overhear, like, that person talk to someone else, and that other person refers to him by their name, you're like, oh, that's what the name is. Born on Michael Jackson's funeral. Let me get the waterfall candy. I remember the recent memes in 21 where a bouncer looks at a driver's license real quick, hands it back to you, and thought, oh, I remember that. I remember that meme. Hey, I'd like to see your ID. Okay, you're good. Hey, you barely looked at it. I mean, I saw the 1 in there, so... I saw the 19. Children, all just children. Calm down, Shadow. We all know, wait. Oh, crud, I forgot Substitute. I already saved coming in here, didn't I? Oh. Okay, that's just embarrassing. Oh, God. Should I just try anyway? You know what? I should just try. Let's see if I even need Substitute. I mean, who knows? This thing probably won't need it. I mean, Substitute would help for... Oh, it only really helps to block Sand Attack. Speed just wanted to say, oh, funny. I don't like how old my oldest relative is, since most of them died after a bad fall. Dang. Oh, I guess Hidden Power Ghost would have helped here too, but I think Dragon Claw should be just fine. Uh-oh. Come on, dude. Dude. Earthquake. I'm gonna black out. I really, really want substitute. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting under 130. You graduated high school in 2018, so that was 3 years before me. I was a sophomore in that year, I believe. Beaten by a Dusclops. I didn't have substitute, okay? Plus, I don't have setup moves. Plus, Hidden Power Ghost would have helped there, but I forgot. I forgot to get it. Alright, I'm gonna teach substitute in the place of Water Pulse. And I do want Hidden Power Ghost. What would I want to get rid of? Probably Dragon Claw. Hidden Power. I'll just get it here. Because, yeah, I can just Thunderbolt Glacia, Ice Beam Drake, Thunderbolt Wallace. My 10-year high school reunion was in 2023, and I didn't see a 10-year reunion when I looked at their website. Like, I guess, actually, I don't think it's the school that... normally, the schools that run them, I think it's usually the class that, like, come together and decide to actually plan it themselves. Because I don't know if, like, the schools directly run those things, or just there's a few old students that, like, get together and plan it. I don't know exactly how those work. He looks strong enough to take on a Magikarp. I don't think so. Have you seen how big Magikarp is? Imagine trying to wrestle a real-life fish that big. You're gonna get beaten up. Like, slapped around, it's gonna escape. I don't think I can take on a Magikarp. Could you take on a 2-foot-tall trout? A teen mom in high school. Dang. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm dead. I'm gonna try the fight again. Because, for some reason I didn't have... Oh, the Dusclops using Earthquake. Alright, I need to actually pay attention here. I'm just busy chatting. Oh, God. Okay, I need Hidden Power Ghost. You know what? I can just use Dragon Claw on Drake. I don't want Ice Beam. Get rid of it. My entire 4 years, only one girl had a kid. Actually had two, so I guess team pregnancies are a little more location dependent. Yeah, I guess so. I think throughout my 4 years, I've only ever seen one. I remember one girl from gym class one year, and I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. She was like wearing sandals. Stomach was really sticking out. I'm pretty sure she was pregnant. And then after a while, I just never seen her again. Oh my god, dude. Why is it... I may need to use my rare candies here. Dude, I literally cannot believe I'm using rare candies for Phoebe. Outrage, no. Alright, I'm just gonna candy to 60 and see how this goes. Oh my gosh. Dude, normally this Dusclops isn't that bad, because Dusclops' offensive stats suck, but the fact we're weak to Earthquake is actually really bad. Yeah, I think level 60 is definitely the answer. Alright, let's see if Thunderbolt can one-shot the water types. I'm gonna use Dragon Claw on that. Oh no, my speed's lower. Whatever shall I do? Alright, so when I said there's no major ground type users besides Steven, I was wrong. I forgot about Phoebe's Dusclops. Because Dusclops is extremely bulky. Hey, that Citrus Berry put it out of heal range. Yeah, Hisuian Goodra is playing really good. I just think I've had some misplays, though. Alright, I'm pretty sure Dragon Claw is just going to one-shot everything on his team, but I will use Substitute just in case, because I do know his Salamence is going to outspeed. Oh yeah, Drake's Flygons have Earthquake. Right. Oh, it's 132 speed. I thought it was 136. Incinerate. Why would you teach a Groudon Incinerate? What? Alright. I'm going to start off with a sub. Oh man, that's an issue. Okay, I need to use some more candies. Alright, I outspeed everything now. So far, based on my rare candy usage, I need to be level 60 for Phoebe and level 68 for Wallace. Yeah, but Dominic, in Gen 3, Sturdy only prevents one-hit knockout moves like Horn Drill. So Sturdy is an absolutely useless ability in this game. And Gen 4. Sturdy doesn't work the way it does now till Gen 5. And funnily enough, because of that, anything weak to Rock in Gen 5 solo runs do really bad. All because of that. Oh my god. Let's just see if I can defeat everything else. Sock and Caracosta. Yep. Great. Dude, I really hated how that Wish Cash used turn 1 Amnesia. Turn 1 Amnesia literally just screws this thing. I don't really know how to make this fight better. Is there some sort of grass type move we could learn? Besides Absorb? And Archeops. I've never actually had a run where his Archeops is bad, I don't think. Mm, maybe I have. I don't remember. In casual play, Enon gets us. En's really not that bad casually, just because you do get a legendary. Grass Knot? Grass Knot is not a move in this game. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Pokemon goes direct from Diamond Pearl Dex and why? Yeah, what were we thinking? Gen 5 is just a made-up thing. It doesn't exist. Should I get leftovers? I don't think so. Uh, Dragonclaw Thunder... This is not a good moveset for Steven. Okay, I'm actually gonna go to the move relearner here and get Curse. Curse. Alright, Hidden Power is gonna be useless. Brick Break? No, we can't learn that. I'm gonna look at this thing's moveset really quick. Let's see. Is there a good physical move I could pair this with? This thing cannot learn Earthquake. Alright, let's see. We could pair this with Return, but I don't... we need something to deal with the Steel types. Like, let's see. I'll switch screens. Let's see here. Iron Tail. This is actually kind of bad. I'm gonna look at something. I have no idea what the solution is here. I may just have to stick to spamming a normal type move. I mean, here's the thing. With Curse, attack, and defense setup, I should be fine. But if I'm going to go for Curse strats, I should go get leftovers. Alright, let's go get leftovers. Bud Bomb. That's actually the... That's true, actually. That might be the strat. Oh, dang. I guess for the Skarmory, I can just hold on to Thunderbolt. Mud Shot, yeah. I know what you meant. I do prefer regional forms to Megas, I absolutely agree. Dang, I hate these guys. I can never figure out how to get past them. Okay, so I am going to have to get a second Heart Scale. So I guess my moveset's just going to be Substitute, Curse, Mud Shot, and Thunderbolt? Looks worse statistically. I mean, sorta, I guess, but here's the thing. This thing's part Steel type. It gains so many resistances, so I think because of typing, it's better. Alright, so... Heart Scale. Let's see. Where do I get another Heart Scale? On the beach. Alright, I guess for run 2, I'll need to get 2 Heart Scales. I believe there's one here? Nope. That's a Revive. Oh, I know where a Heart Scale is. Right above this guy. Alright, let's go get the move. Mud Shot. Alright. Get rid of Dragonclaw. I'm gonna use Thunderbolt just to deal with the Skarmory. Lower HP. Weaknesses go from special to defense. But it's lower. I don't know. Maybe at best these two are a tie. I don't know. I think Hisuian form might actually be better just because of the steel typing. But then again, regular dragon's only weak to 2 types. But it gains so many resistances. Alright. Substitute is absolutely not necessary for this thing, but extra safety. We can't even get hit by Toxic either. I think this is the first Emerald Backport I've done that's effectively became a Gen 2 run. Well, just with Curse. I mean, Curse Leftovers is the strat here. Alright, I would like to set a sub backup. Alright, so let's see how much Thunderbolt does. Well, this is going to be a bit annoying. I did not think that through. Claydol. Alright, I guess I can't use that. I need to use... I don't have Return on me, but... whatever, I'll just use Facade. I'm sure even at +6, it'll KO. Alright. Yeah, here's an example, 151. Like, look at Mew, for example. It has 100 HP, 100 defense. If there's a Pokemon that has 150 defense, 150 defense with 50 HP is effectively the same thing as 100, 100. But if something has, like, 150 defense, like 70 HP, then technically it's more defensive than Mew. But if it's, like, 150 defense, 40 HP, then it's worse. No, is that not how you describe it? So, I'm sorry, I can't think straight, okay? I'm trying to win this fight. Oh god, this is gonna suck. 50 HP with 200 is 100 and 100. Oh. Dude, Earthquake can't even break this sub. I think this is just gonna have to be a very slow fight. How much does Facade do? Almost a one-shot, so Return would have absolutely been a one-shot. I'm honestly surprised he didn't go for Reflect there. Really? I got the 5% miss. Man, this is just such a degenerate strat right here. This is just going to be Curse, Return, Substitute, Mudshot. If this thing didn't get Mudshot, I would probably have to go full special for Steven. Oh my god, this is annoying. Nice one-shot. 146.26 with 6 resets at level 70 with a game time of 5 hours. I'm going to go ahead and update the leaderboard before I forget the time. Let's see. Level 70, 6 resets, 146.26. Alright, let me go ahead and get a picture. All right, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Yeah, this is going to be by far the worst. Honestly, that's kind of interesting, because I had no resets until the league, but it just has to take fights slower. It has to fight more optional trainers. I effectively used every single rare candy in the game. I had to rare candy to level 60 for Phoebe, then 68 for Wallace. So all those trainers that I fought in the first run, I'm going to need to fight them again, because that level was mandatory. Plus, another thing I need to do is get 2 heart scales, and then before Steven, I'll re-get Curse and Mudshot. I will need to pick up Return and Pacifid Log. And I will absolutely need the leftovers off the ship. But for the rest of the game, is there any changes I could make? Go into the league with Substitute this time. And here's another thing. Ice Beam was actually not useful at all. Ice Beam would not one-shot the Clay Doll, and it would just keep full restoring. But Dragon Claw is an easy 2-shot, and it won't put it in full restore range. So I think Ice Beam was just an absolute waste of time. I think the only optional TMs I need to go out of my way for are probably just Return and Thunderbolt. Oh, I wish this thing had Sap Sipper. Well, Sap Sipper would not have helped in a Hoenn playthrough anyway. Yeah, I think I can definitely improve with the next run. But here's the question. Is it going to beat Hisuian Decidueye? I don't think it will, actually. I think with my improvements, it'll probably get like a 141, 142. Oh. Alright, I'm not going to change my nature or anything. I think Pokebite crashed. Yeah, it's 60 speed, plus it's in the slow group. Alright, at least I have splits to compare to for the next run. Alright, let me make a new poll. Alright, I'm gonna put the under at 144. 144 to 146. Effectively speaking, do you guys think I'm gonna beat my first run? Oh, gotta make the poll for the vertical chat. Right. Only the hidden abilities in this game. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, I'm just gonna use the restroom really quick. Started with run 2. Should only take like a couple minutes. I'll be right back. What's up? Alright, let's get started with run 2. 3, 2, wait. 3, 2, 1. Have fun on the WC? What is that? Yeah, I never needed to take breaks doing the fire red backports, but for the emerald ones, just because they take longer, I'm gonna have to. Water closet. Toilette. I'm not French. Also, yeah, people here do not call it a water closet. I mean, we use the word toilet, but that's not how you spell it. Alright, so I'm just gonna fight... Honestly, just fight every single trainer again. Like, the trainers that I fought last run, I'm gonna fight them again this run. Here we say sometimes say go to the water... Go to the water closet. And there's restroom, there's bathroom, there's washroom, and now there's water closets. I know Scott says washroom. Oh, that sucks. I just wasted my Zigzagoon luck. Oh, you say WC? Go to the WC? Okay, that's weird to me. We don't, I mean, I know some people do, but I try not to talk like a text message in real life. Alright, I'm just gonna go get the repels. Ich get off. Ugh. How's that? How's that German? That's as best as I can pronounce that stuff. Bad. A good laugh. Also, I should not have fought this guy. This guy's worse than wild Pokemon. Also, because of our shell armor ability too, when we have to do the curse strategy for Steven, he literally cannot win because he cannot crit. Because the only way, usually, to beat someone using, like, curse strats is by getting crits. Or by, like, using special moves. But Steven's team, I think except his Aggron, don't really have special moves that much. So, honestly, once I get to +6, I'm virtually unkillable for that guy. Hey, Anthony Wells. Made it? Nice. You're just in time for the second run. The time we need to beat is 1:46:26. It is late, so my brain just translates literally. Also in German, we say toilette or Klo. That's fine. That's fine. Translate to shit house. Okay, that is hilarious. Man, Absorb was so weak, it couldn't even one-shot Geodude. That's embarrassing. The can. Yeah, here we call those outhouses because they're usually outside. Although at our old property, we had like a shop building that was kind of like imagine a garage like separated into its own building. That's what the shop building was. It had a small little bathroom, but it was just a small room with one of those outhouse style toilets. Oh gosh, it always stunk in there. And the water for the sink had to come from like a huge jug. The water had to be like pumped through. Then again, this was back in like 2006. Maybe 7. I was really young. But I mean, the reason I remember it is because we lived on that property from 2007 until 2019 when we moved. So I lived in that house for like 12 years. Well, property. We didn't live in the shop building for 12 years. The rent's cheaper, though. Yeah, but that was back in 2007. We had 8 acres of land, I believe, with 2 buildings on it. And I believe our mortgage at the time was like... What was it locked at? I think it was like $1,200 a month, I think. What it was locked at. I believe... Oh. Funnily enough, I remember one time we decided to look up our old property on Zillow just to see like how much it was worth now. We sold the property for $400,000. And I believe now, according to Zillow, within a few years, the property is now worth around $700,000. Which is insane. It's a good thing we got our new property before all the price hikes. Oh, mortgage is apothec. Okay, you know, one of my favorite German words, besides no being 9, besides that, apparently in German, the word hospital is Krankenhaus, which is really funny. Because most other languages, like, it's like Hospital, Hospitale, El Hospital, and Germany's just like Krankenhaus. I should attempt to learn German at some point. It's a really funny language. Krankenhaus. Nicht Krankenhaus. You forgot the N. It's the House of the Sick, not sea monsters. Krankenhaus. Krankenhaus. Okay. There, I hope I'm doing better, Master. Alright, I'm gonna fight this guy again. Also, I'm 18.4 seconds faster than run 1. I think that's purely just because of wild encounters. Because here's the thing, I even fought that Weedle, that 4 Wormhole guy. A little. Hey, whenever we do those runs with Ike, he's from Spain, so he's mainly a Spanish speaker, but I'm pretty sure he's had to learn English throughout grade school. So he can speak both languages pretty good. Like when we do the streams, like with us, he'll speak English, but then if someone in his chat like comes up with a question, he on the flick of a finger immediately switches to Spanish. Like it's impressive. And then whenever he does speak Spanish, I just say burrito. Even though he's not from Mexico, it's just funny. Pronunciation's difficult. I have my problem with English too, like car and care. Oh. Yeah, English is really annoying with pronunciation rules because the rules are inconsistent because it's literally English. Like, for example, there are words that are spelled the exact same way, but the pronunciation changes depending on the definition, which is so dumb. Hello, Slippy. In French, it's hôpital. German's mostly... Yeah, other languages tend to be more consistent with pronunciations, but not English. Do you just catch, please? I wonder if Absorb will let it live. I hate this thing. It literally crit an Absorb. Like, dude, that is not fair. There's no way an Absorb should have killed that thing. That would have been an effective power move of 10. Like, come on. What type is this thing? Dragon Steel? Yeah, it's Steel Dragon. Which is insanely good. Oh. Water gun won't kill you, right? Yep. Oh, may as well get this Meryl. Man, catching HM uses in this game is a whole separate adventure. Come on, can I please find a bird? I'm really mad that that Absorb crit. Dude, come on. Okay, I cannot believe that the bird is being more difficult than the Zigzagoon. It's a 20% chance to find a bird. So theoretically, 1 in 5 encounters. Alright, I'm not using Absorb on that thing. That thing's going to be neutral. Thank you. I used to understand Spanish, but I stopped practicing. My ex is the one who tried learning it. I only took it for 1 year. My friend took it for 3 years, though. But I highly doubt he remembers most of it. He probably still remembers a good bit. But yeah, for vitamins, I still think Carbos is absolutely necessary. Eh. Alright, I'm gonna equip the soft sand for the Watson fight later. Oh, yeah, heart scale, heart scale. Yep, thanks for reminding me. Oh, wait, no, I picked up the heart scale. Oh, no, 151. That wasn't heart scale number 1. I got the second heart scale on the route just south of Briney's house, so let me show you. Yep, 2 heart scales. Alright, gets myself some sody pops. No, that's okay. I'm gonna get this just to sell. It's funny that the stat I have the most EVs for right now is defense. I had it for 3 years, but I half-assed it. I wasn't really motivated, but I regret my school had a program where you could test and getting qualified for being a translator. I heard those pay good money. No, no, nope, nope. I just healed. I don't need to heal again. Honestly, soft sand might actually one-shot these two. I believe before them... Well, actually, no. They're nowhere... Well, especially not after a growl. And I'm thunderwaved. I hate the French language, the passion. I've heard a lot of hate for French. Here's a question. Is it worth... Do you guys think it'll be worth getting the rare candy in the trick house? I didn't get it last time, but maybe if I get the rare candy, I could skip out on some trainers later? You know what? I'm actually gonna get it. Have you ever speedrun Plants vs. Zombies? No. I've actually speedran another PopCap game, Bejeweled Twist. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's a really fun puzzle game. It's on Steam if you ever want to play it. Rare candy. You chose over. So what you're basically saying is, I'm going to get a worse time than the first run. Is that what you're saying? Because my first run was a 146. You think I'm going to get a worse time? Or at the best, beat it by like 10 seconds? Do you really think that? Dang, you really have no faith in me, do you? I've never played that, no. Yeah, I'm going to save this rare candy, though, for the league. You know, in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, the reward here is the Expert Belt instead of a rare candy. The Expert Belt's a really good item. Hey, when you do Otito Logic, I'm iffy on when you need the items you need. I'm confused. What are you trying to ask? Plus, I don't think I'll be doing it on stream again for the next month or so. I actually want to I want to do some more speed runs of something. I'm probably gonna move on from Blastcore because I don't really want to run any percent again, just because I've already done it on the Nintendo 64 for years, honestly, 1.0 and 1.1. And since I don't really want to do all platinum on the 64 because that just sounds miserable. I think I want to do a different game. I was torn between 3 ideas. I've never played Chicken Little. Honestly, the 2 main games I'm torn between is probably Pokemon Dash or Blue Rescue Team Unrestricted, where you get to use RNG manipulation in the dungeons. So you can predict what's going to happen every single time. elixir. I mean, I also was thinking of speedrunning Monster Lab, which is a game I used to have the record in. I'm one of only 2 people to have ever done a speedrun of it, and I was the first. I don't know why Dominic asks these kinds of questions. Hey, it's chat engagement. What's Pokemon Dash like? It's basically like a Pokemon racing game, but it's not like your normal racing game. You have to flick the screen to make the Pokemon move. So if you like getting scratches on your screen, then that's the game for you. But my DS capture card has screen protectors that I put on it just for that reason. But I'm not really worried about running it because I used to run the game a lot, and I'm one of the moderators for the leaderboard for that game, but one of the previous runners came out of retirement and started beating all of my old records. You hated the game? I don't blame you. I'm thinking of, like, actually speedrunning it just to get those records back. Honestly, though, funnily enough, the individual track times are extremely precise runs. Like, I believe the first cup, first track, I think it was called Green Fields, I believe. I think the world record time right now is, like, 29 seconds or something. But the point is, like, the racetrack is so precise now, at very best, you could probably beat it by a few hundredths of a second. It's extremely precise. I've never owned a GameCube, sadly. Well, it's really precise just because of how short the track is. Plus, out of all the individual tracks that you could do time trials in, the most people have done the first one because it's the quickest. I actually played a little bit of Rumble Worlds as a kid, but then I lost the cartridge, so I never ended up completing it. I loved the Pokemon Rumble games. My favorite one was Rumble Blast. That was the one I played the most. It was such a neat concept. I wish they would bring it back. I don't know, though. I think people would be more impressed seeing Blue Rescue Team unrestricted. Just because I really don't want to speedrun, like, regular, like, mystery dungeon categories just because of how much luck is generally required throughout the game. Like, if I want to do a Pokemon game where I need a lot of luck, I would just do Pokemon Conquest. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you guys prefer to see Blue Rescue Team unrestricted? Or would you rather see Pokemon Dash? I'm not going to do the third game, Monster Lab, for probably until I've done some other games first. Mystery Dungeon. Alright, 1 vote for Mystery Dungeon. I actually used to, for a very short time, speedrun Gen 5. Not Dash. I want to do it. Well, whichever one you pick, I'm doing the other one next. Unless I change my mind, of course. PMD, PMD. What? None of you guys want to see Dash? I can't believe you guys. Alright, I'll do Mystery Dungeon. I was actually thinking of doing the Red Rescue Team version on the Switch, but I realized no one's ran it on the leaderboards. No one's played that version of the game. And I think for a good reason, because even though it's on the Switch, Red Rescue Team still runs slower than Blue Rescue Team, just because it was a GBA game. And I don't even know if most of the manips still work on that. I've been told in the Discord for it that most of them should, but there might be some issues, so I'd be better off sticking to Blue Rescue Team. I mean, I have the game on DS, and I have a capture card, so doing gameplay wouldn't be a problem. Although it's not as fast as, like, Wii U. One thing that was good about the Wii U is that it had DS games on Virtual Console, which if I had a Wii U, I could homebrew it and get the game on there. Because the game technically... And Pokebite crashed. Give me a moment. Pokebite crashed. Alright, let's continue. It's not the fact that it's on Switch, it's the fact that it's Red Rescue Team. It's just the problem is, even though it is on the Switch, it's a GBA game still, compared to a DS game. The DS version is just going to run better. That's probably why hardly any people speedrun Red Rescue Team, just because Blue Rescue Team's better in every single way. I've been told they should be mostly the same manips, but apparently one of the top runners, a guy named Mozzarella Cheese, he said he can't remember if there are any minor differences, but he said there are a few. But honestly, the Red Rescue Team one in general just runs slower. So I think I would just do it on Blue Rescue Team on the DS. Plus, it'll be on actual hardware, not through NSO. I mean, then again, I did Blast Core through NSO. That was because Blast Core on the N64 was laggy as shit. Neither. Steve, what game do you think I should do a speedrun stream of? Which Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game has Pokemon running dual abilities? I have no idea. Scarlet Violet, I'm going to hurt you. I am not going to speedrun a main series Pokemon game. Honestly, one game I would really like to try and run is BDSP Any% version 1.0. Oh, Steve, you're playing Battleship? I just got the Steam pop-up. Steve, I'm not going to speedrun a game that I'm not going to like speedrunning. I'm not doing that. Besides, it's not going to be like a one-time run. I'm going to be trying to get a good time. Like, Steve, would you like it if you were told you had to do 12 Rattata in red and blue runs, and you had to get a time below, like, hour 5, and it took you 15 runs to get it? Would you enjoy that? Probably not. But if someone told you to do 15 playthroughs of Alakazam in red and blue to get as fast as time as you can, then you would probably enjoy it. No, I don't think it's horrible because of the tech issues. From what I've heard, I know Pulse Effects made a video about why speedrunners hate Scarlet and Violet. It doesn't have to do with the graphical glitches. It has to do with some sort of routing thing. I haven't really watched the video. Well, Steve, that's what actual speedruns do. Like, unlike solo runs, you're not competing against yourself. Speedruns, you're competing against other people. That's why I said speedrun, not solo run. There's a difference. I'm going to, whatever game I choose, I'm going to be competing with other people. Nobody said it had to be a good time. Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to do a one-attempt speedrun and just call it a day. That's the lazy way of doing speedruns. Whatever game I choose, it has to be something I'm willing to grind out for a month. I don't recall Scarlet and Violet having memory leaks. Because usually if a game has memory leaks, then it can just crash frequently. Funnily enough, out of the whole time I played Scarlet and Violet, I've never once had a random crash. Not once. You know, funnily enough, in BDSP version 1.0, for some reason, having the music turned off actually made the game ran faster. So if you did speedruns of the game, you had to do it in pure silence. Retake. Oh, I'm not kidding, Steve. That was actually one of my considerations for a game. I'm not kidding. Get the record back. Honestly, I could probably do that in a single stream. You almost had a crash? I've never once had a crash, but then again, I didn't play BDSP till a few months after the game came out, so I'm sure most of those were patched by then, but I've never had a crash. Steve gets it. Yeah, a lot of the day one bugs that BDSP had were insane. BDSP had a bug early that would unload Pokemon models. Like, in battle or overworld, or like in the PC. I remember Scarlet and Violet had an update, like, quite a while ago that made the PC boxes load better. Oh my god. How did people not play test these things? Like, why are there so many bugs day one? I've actually read a theory that a lot of those gaming companies know about the day one bugs. So what they do is they release a game, and then they have a day one patch all ready to go by like day one or day two. I think it's just because of the really tight deadlines. Like, they're aware of a lot of the glitches, so they just send the game out to prepare to be released, and then they'll just have the patch ready. I really wish gaming companies would quit doing that. Delay a game if you need to. I mean, I don't know if Game Freak might be learning, because they announced Legends ZA like 330 days ago, and there's not even any gameplay footage out. So I think they are taking their time with it. And throughout this entire month of January, I have not seen a single hiker. Sloppy, very sloppy. Yeah. Man, I'm already losing time on the Flannery split, too. I mean, I've lost 1 minute and 14 seconds on the Watson split. Then again, most of the game in the first playthrough was actually pretty good. EA trailer? What do you mean, what you've seen? There's not a single ounce of gameplay footage that exists. Unless it was somehow leaked. Like, all of the teaser was just a 3D animation. Oh my god. Trailers mean nothing. I don't agree with that. Trailers can leave a good first impression. Like, if a trailer looks bad, people are not going to have good hopes for it. Like the Minecraft movie, for example. The first trailer was absolute garbage, and people thought the movie was going to suck, but I've seen some other trailers, and the movie isn't looking as bad as people thought, but I don't know. The first trailer did not leave a good impression. Dang, I'm almost 2 minutes behind. Well, the point is, first impressions matter. Honestly, I think the reason I'm just behind is probably because I fought more trainers. Well, I don't think that should make a difference, though. I'm talking about first impressions here. Like, I don't know anyone who watches, like, a movie trailer, and they're like, wow, okay, this trailer sucks. Hopefully the next trailer's good. They don't think that. Usually if the trailer sucks, they're going to assume the movie sucks. Same thing with games. Alright, charcoal. I don't need PP ups. I'm only going to use the singular PP max. I'm going to use it on Dragonclaw. Well, let's see. I don't need these other ones. Alright, Carbos. Alright, time to take on Brawly. You barely watch movies, so you have no opinion. Yeah, I don't watch movies too much. Never seen a video game trailer that irrelevant? You've really never seen video game trailers? Really? Like, if there's a trailer for, like, the new, like, Elder Scrolls 6 game, if there's a new trailer for it, are you just never gonna watch it? You're just gonna wait till, like, when it comes out? Is that what you normally do? I guess that's a good point. Yeah, it doesn't show you, like, controls, for instance. Yeah, that's true. What's the point? It's not going to change my opinion. Interesting. You're the kind of guy to just completely just go in day one blind. I do plan to see Sonic 3, but I haven't watched it yet. I rarely watch it myself. I kind of just wait for gameplay footage. Yeah, but usually the first ounce of gameplay footage is seen in the trailers. Like, I want to see, like, what the graphics look like, see, like, if there's anything cool added to it. Like, for example, the 27th, which is Pokemon Day, I'm pretty sure that's the day they're going to announce the footage, gameplay footage, because they always have a direct that day. They always do. If I was going to buy it, I'm going to buy it. Nothing will stop me from buying it. What if there was a game you were on the fence about? Like, whether you bought it or not depends on what the game looks like. You just never have had that opinion before. You'll just hear a game title and be like, oh yeah, I want it, or oh yeah, I don't want it. And if you don't want it, nothing can change your mind. That's just the kind of person you are. Beyond the Spider-Verse. The last Spider-Man movie I saw was Far From Home. It was a really good movie. Hey, I actually outspeed this thing. Dang, I was hoping to... Come on, dude. I'm an adult who's brand loyal. If I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna buy it. You always watch teasers and trailers. Yeah, if there's a game that I'm looking forward to, if there is a trailer, I will watch it. Or if there's like a trailer for like a new Zelda or Kirby game. I'm not always gonna buy the new Zelda or Kirby game. Okay, that was actually cutting it kind of close. Alright, I did gain some time back this split, but I'm still 1 minute and 9 seconds slower. And besides, Steve, do you actually, like, buy games? Because I'm pretty sure you pirate half the stuff you own. $20 a year, that is nuts. I think I only buy like 4 or 5 a year. But then again, I'm really behind on all the games I have. I mean, I think after I finish Earthbound for Casual Tuesday, I might actually play Kirby and the Forgotten Land as my next game. Because I own like 3 or 4 of the Kirby games on Switch, and I haven't played any of them except a little bit of Kirby Star Allies. But if I had to choose just one to play, I would really want to play Kirby and the Forgotten Land, so I'll probably play that next. Hey, Axu. Axu? Does this thing learn Earthquake, or did you forget to give it Earthquake? Because if you actually forgot to give this thing Earthquake, I am so mad. Because I actually had a lot of problems at Steven. I had to use Curse and Mud Shot on him. Like, couldn't you have left out, like Facade or something? I always bait the mainline Pokemon games. Yeah, I do too, yeah. That's a good point. I feel like handful new title. Like when a new game comes out, I'm gonna buy it. It takes years for it to come out. What are your thoughts on Sword and Shield? I enjoyed it casually, but it's one of my lesser favorite Pokemon games. I just think the story's quite bad. Yeah, that's fine, Axu. Oh, so we do learn Earthquake? I was under the impression that we didn't, so I actually did not get Earthquake. But if we do get it, then I will actually pick it up. Wait, did I get Thunderbolt? There we go. Oh yeah, I was getting Return anyway for the Skarmory. And the Claydol. Steve, are they even going to make a new Fable game at this point? Like, is it just rumored, or is it just, like, constantly delayed? There's no major Pokemon game I dislike. Yeah, not really for me. Well, there is one. Let's Go. I don't want to play Pokemon Go on my Switch. I only bought it just for the free Mew in Shining Pearl. That's the only reason I bought it. I act like new features don't exist. I tend to play like that sometimes. I actually ban, like, in solo runs, a lot of those gimmicks. Like, for Gen 6 runs, I actually do ban Mega Evolutions. Just because I think it would completely trivialize a Pokemon's performance. I may consider, like, a solo, like, a versus race with, like Kangaskhan with and without Mega Evolution every battle. I could consider that, but Megas would probably just be slower just because you'd have to do it. I guess you would only do it for major fights. Funnily enough, Sword and Shield was actually the first game I made a complete living dex in. I actually got the Shiny Charm for the first time ever in Sword and Shield. Because the one good thing about Dexit was it became a lot easier to get the Shiny Charm. You don't have to trade with like 7 different games like you had to back in the day. Like in Gen 5, if you wanted the Shiny Charm, you needed like 7 or 8 different games. But now with that, now with the modern games, you only need like 2. One game and then the other. You can use other games to make it easier. Like, for example, in Scarlet and Violet, to complete my living dex for like the other like starters, instead of spending all the blueberry points to get them to spawn in the wild, I just transferred them all from my Shining Pearl file. So I basically did easy mode. Could you hack the Mega being permanent? I could, but I don't like playing like that. Because I don't consider the Mega form an actual Pokemon. I consider an alternate. I consider it an in-battle form change. That's like playing the whole game with what's a good example? What's a good example? Like Aegislash, like its stance changes every turn. Like I could hack it to only be the sword or the shield form. That doesn't feel right. Yeah, yes, that's Steve told me that's the only time he ever Mega Evolved. Meloet, I guess that'd be it. Oh, the Giratina form. Yeah. I would not do a solo run in its origin form. Just because I don't consider that a legitimate Pokemon to do a run with. Like, when I did the Giratina solo run in Platinum, it was only the origin form for one battle, and it was the Cyrus fight. It'd be a fun idea for a race, but I wouldn't put the origin form on the leaderboard. I mean, I would use it if I could actually get the orb. Aegislash was one of my first shinies. Nice! My first shiny was a shiny Zigzagoon from Omega Ruby in 2015. I have it in my Pokemon home. It's actually dated in 2015. It's actually a Linoon now. Yeah, in Sinnoh, in Platinum, the orb is in the post-game, which is sad. Why did I pick those up? I don't even need those berries. Alright, I need to use an ether. Lantern and Emerald, nice. Oh, my repel ran out. Wait a minute. What is wrong with me? Why did I go this way? I never even fought Winona yet. Oh my god, I am playing so bad. Well, at least I'll get this place on the map, but I'm gonna have to run back again. You don't have to hack the item in with the universal randomizer. You can hack in the form to stay permanent. You can do that. My god, I am so stupid. Concentrate speed. Multiply your magic by 2 to 5 times. Ah. Man, this run sucks. Alright, I don't want body slam. That reminds me, you think everything German's longer. Guillotine origin form is Guillotina form. There you go. Alright, hopefully I at least make up some time in the Tate and Liza split. Oh my god. Honestly, my time save is probably just gonna have to come from the league. Altered form is Wanda form. Nice. How did that live? Oh no, it's sunny. Special defense is one hell of a drug. Yep. Wow, this run's horrible. 3 minutes and 33 seconds behind. Alright, at least I can go here right away. Bear candy. Oh no, Wingle participated in. Oh, it totally affected the fight. Imagine Fog in Gen 3. Oh gosh, that would be something. Really? Oh, I don't even know what that word is. Curse, I don't need that right now. The run can't be going too bad if you have 0 resets. Is that a joke, Steve? Is that a joke? This thing has no resets because this thing is a tank. But at the same time, I'm playing like an absolute idiot. Land of a Baron. Yeah, I wouldn't really know that term because we don't have like barons and stuff over here. That means no wasted time. Dude, I literally, instead of fighting the 6th gym, I assumed I beat the 6th gym, so I went all the way to the next town over. I lost 2.5 minutes on the 6th gym split because of that. Like, it's like the equivalent of, it's like the equivalent in Crystal if, you try to go fight Claire, and then you remembered you haven't defeated the Rockets yet. That's the equivalent of what I just did. Right, honestly, I kept Water Pulse in the first run far too long. And since Ice Beam isn't going to be useful at all, I really should have healed. I'm actually going to get Substitute right away. Because the only, like, main moves I really need are just Dragon Claw and Thunderbolt. Ice Beam was just straight up useless. Get rid of Mud Shot. Reminds me, according to the Pokemon Stream, each volcano is its own Entei. Honestly, I think the whole thing of, like, there only being one of each legendary is kind of dumb. Like, in real life, there's not any animal species where there's only one of its own kind. Like, they're called legendary because they're rare, not because there's only one. Then again, like, there should be only one Mewtwo. I know I haven't healed. I'll just use Soda. There isn't one of each legendary. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. There's an episode of the baby Lugia. And you know what's funny about that? Lugia can't even have babies. Back of my head itches. Well, I gotta mention that Goodra gets Earthquake in the comments after the stream if anyone wants to play the patch. Oh, thanks, actually. I'll need to update the patch folders. I've been doing a bad job at remembering. Just because we make so many patches, like, I really should be doing it as I make them, but I'm just so lazy. Darn it. Imagine a trainer with 6 Mewtwo. If only Shadow Trait was here. We would gladly have a team of 6 Mewtwo. And Steve, another thing that helps this thing get no resets is, I don't know if you know this thing's ability, Shell Armor. It prevents it from getting critical hits, so the opponent can never crit me, meaning every fight is effectively consistent if you know the ranges. Oh, right, I don't have dive yet. Ah. Darn. I don't really care about fighting the trainers along this route. I just care about getting to Pacific Log. I will go out of my way for the 5 Gyarados guy, though. Nice, I only fought one trainer to get here. Okay, here's the question. Could I teach Return right now? Let's see. Thunderbolt, Dragon Claw, Substitute. I could actually teach it now. Water Pulse does not... Actually, it does help me with the Maxi battle. I should wait till I at least beat Maxi first. Oh, fun fact, in Oras, they really nerfed this guy. He just has 3 Gyarados instead of 5. Reminds me, PMD2 has a Mewtwo film reference. Weird. Honestly, I think the fact that I encountered only one optional trainer that whole entire route, I'm actually going to save a lot of time. Because those optional trainers that I had to fight on that at those series of routes last time, those trainers do not help with XP at all. Very few of them do. Like, the 5 Gyarados guy actually makes a difference. Yeah, 5 Gyarados guy is the GOAT. They should have buffed the random 6 Magikarp guy to Gyarados. Fun fact about that, in Fire Red, the 6 Magikarp guy does have a rematch team. It's 6 Magikarp, just 20 levels higher. They really wanted the guy to have 6 Magikarps. Let's see. He was in Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4. Actually, I don't remember if he was in Gen 6. I know Gen 5 he doesn't, just because Magikarp's not in Gen 5. Plus, the gen doesn't exist. How many citrus berries? Yeah. Alright, so the plan is use 2 Dragon Claws on the Claydol. Actually, 6. Oh, Water Pulse and Dragon Claw actually do the same damage. And level 9 Headbutt's quite nice. Oh, I'm on my own now. Alright, so these guys, I need to use Dragon Claw. Well, he paid a whole 3k Pokeballs for him. He needs to show them off in every game. How did Gen 5 become a paradox? Steve. No, Slippy, it doesn't exist because Steve M plays claims it doesn't because he never played it. The only gens... He's played every single gen except Gen 5, so he likes to say that Gen 5 doesn't exist. But no, Gen 5 is my favorite gen. It's just a meme that Steve likes to throw around. I'm gonna get my first reset here, aren't I? Well, that just sucks. I could have had I had the opportunity for so much time gain there, but I think my one mistake was not prioritizing defeating the Soul Rock. Not Solrock, the Lunatone. The Lunatone's the one with Hypnosis and Calm Mind. Solrock does not have Calm Mind. Also, did I crit that Claydol? Okay. I did crit that thing. I'm on my own now. Okay. Light screen. Oh, that just sucks. Alright, I'm gonna use Water Pulse, hope for a confusion or something. Oh, right, Hidden Power Ghost. Honestly, I didn't really use Hidden Power Ghost on Tantaliza. I didn't end up using it till Phoebe. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Wake up. Wake up. Dude, I first tried Tantaliza last time. Did I just get so lucky in run 1, I didn't think they were going to be an issue? Either that or I might actually be a lower level. Honestly, actually, in my defense, I first tried him last time and it wasn't even close. I had like more than half health left. Oh, you sick motherfucker. I may have been level 50, but I did cut out quite some training. Well, I don't... No. I was not level 50, not even close. That does not sound right. If someone wants to rewind the VOD and see what level I was at, go ahead. I think last time I might have been like 47, maybe. Alright, I need to prioritize the move. Part of me really does not want to continue doing this run and just ending it, because I've been around 1 to 4 minutes behind this whole run. But I'm not going to quit now. I'm going to see it through. Because in run 1, I had no resets to the... And I'm already at 3. You were level 45, you just froze with Ice Beam. Yep, okay, I just pulled an Ike. Okay. I literally Iked my way through that fight. So I literally just pulled an Ike on myself. I had no idea how bad the fight truly was, just because I got really lucky. Oh, no, Slippy, I'm not a Gen 5 hater. Wait a minute, does that mean you're a Gen 5 hater? Do I need to have a word with you? Ike reminds me of his nearby swings and grab Earthquake. Alright, I'll try to remember. Wow, we've got a Gen 5 hater here. I guess you and Steve will get along just fine. Gen 4 and 5 are bottom tier? What do you consider top tier? Are you a Gen 1-er? Like, what do you consider top tier? I'm gonna save. After seeing how that fight went, I don't feel safe anymore. I can't apply a tier something that doesn't. Whoever that is needs to go to the mines, the child labor coal mines. Dang, that's mean. My favorites are Gen 8 and Gen 2. That is one of the weirdest favorite Gen opinions I've ever heard. 8 and 2. That is the most insane combo I've ever heard. That is wow. You hate Gen 4 and Gen 5, but your favorites are 2 and 8. Why? I mean, I get liking Gen 2 if you have a nostalgic feeling towards it, but 8, you put 8 over 4 and 5? Oh god. Yep, grab Earthquake, grab Earthquake. And then again, I can't make fun of all people for their opinions. Like, people make fun of me for liking BDSP, but just like, Libby, just like games you like, but all I'm just saying is that was just one of the weirdest top 2 gen combos I've ever heard. $151. You know how many other people have tried to do that? I'm completely immune to that stuff by now. Actually, here's a question. Since I had no idea I could learn Earthquake, could Earthquake help in the league? No, it wouldn't. Just Steven. Nobody's opinion is right. That's true. I mean, I didn't say his opinion was bad. I just said it was one of the weirdest opinions I've ever heard. I mean, if you were going to have Gen 8 in there, I would have expected you to say, like, 6 and 8, or 7 and 8, 8 and 9. I wouldn't have expected 8 and 2. That's like having your top 2 be Gen 1 and Gen 9. In theory, Gen 1 should be the worst game because nothing works like it should. Yeah, in theory. I don't know, I liked the region Sword and Shield. I liked raids, I liked how easy it was for you to change movesets, relearn moves. Well, Scarlet and Violet has a lot of those things too. What's your opinion on those games? Dynamax Adventures was fun. I don't know if that would make me put Gen 8 above everything else, because in my opinion, I think DLC should not be ranked should not be into consideration when ranking, like, the main games. Like, I'm not going to rank Scarlet and Violet because of what the Blueberry Academy has to offer. I would consider the DLC a separate thing. Just because it kind of feels like a cheat to have a game with DLC be ranked over something that didn't. Just feels kind of unfair. The games had good waifus. I mean, my top 2 favorite gens... What would my top 2 favorites be? Alright, when I say gen, I'm going to count remakes here. So if I say like Gen 4, it will count Heart Gold. Okay. So my top 2 favorite gens. Probably 5 and 3. In Gen 3, mainly for Fire and Leaf Green. I'm not the biggest fan of Emerald. Says the one playing Emerald. Oh, yeah. Sword and Shield without the DLC, in my opinion, was one of my least favorite Pokemon games. I mean, I still played them completely, but just the vanilla experience, they didn't really have too much to offer. It was kind of like X and Y in some ways. X and Y would have done great, much better if it had some sort of post-game, because the main story just felt empty. But Scarlet and Violet, I actually did like. I do think Scarlet and Violet's good without DLC. With DLC, obviously it's better, but if I had to rank Scarlet and Violet without the DLC, I would honestly say it's above average. Sword and Shield was on the Switch, X and Y was on the 3DS. There you go. You know what's funny? Even though I'm still over 2 minutes behind, I can technically save over a minute here because I'm not going to fight the trainers here. I'm still not sure how I feel about Gen 6. I need to play it more. I did one playthrough because I basically speedran it. Honestly, X and Y is kind of overhated. I mean, the region is sort of empty, the story's bad, but not bad, it's lackluster. There's a lot of plot holes with it. But like the individual routes and all the scenery looks really nice. It's the reason a lot of people liked Emerald back then, because of like the environment getting a massive upgrade. I think a lot of areas in X and Y, plus the music, is really good. It's just the story that's the issue. Gen 6 held up by ORAS, 100%. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet's still a good game, minus the issues. Yeah, X and Y is a really pretty game, yeah. Honestly, I think it looks better than Sun and Moon. Because Gen 7 had a lot of F frame rate issues because it was really pushing the 3DS to its limits. I had to play Ultra Moon and Ultra Moon on an old 2DS, and oh my god, the games ran so bad. Steve, what word even was that? There's an item on the Zigzagoon. You know what, Steve? In the first run, it was a potion. You want me to check what it is? Just because you like to make fun of me for not doing pickup? Here, let's look at it. A potion. Probably should have used substitute there. Oh, I absolutely loved ORAS. Or I actually like ORAS more than Heart Gold. I think Heart Gold is a bad remake compared to ORAS. ORAS actually honestly made Hoenn good. Oh, Slippy, you say that Gen 4 is bottom tier. What's your opinion on BDSP? Let me guess, you hate it? Oras has less to offer than Heart Gold, but it did so much with quality of life. The quality of life is what gets me. Like, here's the thing. Who wouldn't want to ride around the Hoenn region on a Latios? Can you do that in Heart Gold? I didn't think so. Alright, let's see. I have to rare candy to... What level do I need to rare candy for Phoebe? I believe it was 60 for Phoebe, then 68 for Wallace. Actually, I don't know. You didn't play it? Ah. Plus, I like how in Oras you can get the national decks before you even beat the league. I actually never did online battles in X and Y or Oras because I was too young to know how that stuff worked. I actually did do some in Gen 7. In Ultra Sun and Ultramoon, oh my god, those battles lagged so bad. Yeah, you had to go to Professor Birch to get it, but when you get the national decks, you're able to find, like, the daily Mirage Islands and, like, catch Pokemon from other regions. Like, you remember the whole Dex Nav feature where you could use your Pokenav to find, like, Pokemon in the grass with their tails sticking out? You have to, like, sneak up on them. You could use that to find, like, other Pokemon. Like, for example, on the first route, I remember you could actually find Zorua. And on the next route, you could find, I don't remember what else. Plus, the daily Mirage Islands were so cool. Alright, I don't want Ice Beam. I'm just getting the rare candy. Problem is more that the PSS was so good to find people. Alright, that's all the candies. Oh, I don't need another hidden power. I'm fine. Alright, I am 2 minutes and 43 seconds behind. Then again, most of my resets in the first run were in the league, so let's see if I can make up time. Can you imagine if I somehow beat my first run, all because the league went better? It's possible. Is this a ROM hack? I don't recognize that Pokemon. Hey, Bonbon. This is sort of a ROM hack. We use some ROM hacking tools to go in the game itself. What we did is we replaced one of the Pokemon with Hisuian Goodra. We basically took a Pokemon. This is Dragonite, for example. We replaced its sprite. We changed its stats and its moveset. We did all that. We effectively transformed it into a completely different Pokemon, and we're just playing the game with it. Other than that, the rest of the game's still the same. Where are my full restores? They are. Am I gonna get level 60? Yeah, I will. Okay. Gen 3 is your childhood. Nice. I wonder if we're getting 3 games, because Legend CA and Gen 5 remakes were teased. I don't think Gen 5 remakes were ever teased. I feel like those were just false fan leaks. Unfortunately. I don't think we're going to get 3 this year. I think this year, all we're getting is Legend ZA. There might be a teaser for, like... I think it's just going to be Legend ZA. I don't think they're going to get anything else. That's just my guess. The rest of the Pokemon Direct is probably just going to be updates for Pokemon Shuffle or something. Can't remake something that doesn't exist. Well, Slippy, according to you, you're a Gen 5 hater. If they do remake Gen 5, I'm guessing, would you play it or would you just skip it? I only know Gens 1 through 4. Yeah, this Pokemon is Hisuian Goodra. I mean, Goodra is a Gen 6 Pokemon, but the Hisuian form is from Legends Arceus from Gen 8. It's like a regional form. It should happen by the end of the year. Maybe they'll announce some. Honestly, maybe the most likely theory is they'll announce Legends ZA for like a summer release, and then the new Gen 10 games might be like November, if I take a guess. I don't think it's going to be Black and White remakes. Because, I mean, they released BDSP and Legends Arceus 3 months apart. They did BDSP in November, then Legends Arceus in January, I believe. They might do something like that. Honestly, instead of Gen 5 remakes, I would really love it if they remade Explorers of Sky or Time and Darkness. Like, if they remake the second era of the Mystery Dungeon games, oh my god. They probably won't, but that's a man can dream. Switch 2? I'm not sure. Also, I was thinking this year is the 30th anniversary, but I guess that's next year. Yeah, that'd be next year. Also, you just made me feel old. Then again, I shouldn't be complaining. Some of you guys were alive when the first games came out. I was not. I probably shouldn't complain. Oh yeah, the Rescue Team remake. Oh, I loved that game. The music is so good. Plus, the game is way harder than the original. Like, oh man. He deleted this save file. Ouch. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to be a level short. I don't think it matters, though. I was alive when the first games came out. Yeah, I don't have the right to complain. Oh god. Yeah. Come on, get a crit. You know you wanna. You know you want to crit. Come on. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I actually did beat Wallace last time at this low of health. Because his Pokemon, the rest of his team cannot do much to me, if anything. Still gonna be cutting it close, though. Oh my god. Although, this thing can kill me with anything now. Yep. Well then. I better just equip a Citrus Berry. But yeah, that Wish Cash with Amnesia is so annoying. I remember I felt like a peasant when I had Sapphire and my friend had Emerald. god, I hate this thing. I really wish this thing would get a crit. Uh-oh. Well, I'm dead. I think the only way to beat that thing is just to get a crit. Just because none of my other moves are going to be able to knock that thing out. Oh my god. Hidden Power Physical. Hidden Power Ghost does just as much as a +2 Dragon Claw from Amnesia. Oh my god, dude. But no, the point is, Dragon Claw still does more even with Amnesia. There we go. Finally. Honestly, potentially, if I had gotten, like, the Dragon Fang, or, yeah, the Dragon Fang, I could have potentially been just fine, or just be a higher level. Because I'm pretty sure this thing doesn't get a grass move. Dang, that sucks. Okay. I am 6.5 seconds behind. If I had first tried Wallace, I would have been ahead of my first run. You know what, though? It's fine. I literally have 10 minutes to beat Steven. I can beat him in, like, 5. Because I spent half of the run, I spent half of that split just trying to decide what the game plan is. Honestly, this run just is so much worse than the first one. And again, I basically exchanged resets in the league for resets early game. Like in the first run, I didn't have resets till the league, but then in the league I had 4 resets. This time, I had 3 or 4 resets going into the league, but I technically had 2 resets on Wallace because of bad luck. Alright, I need to go get the leftovers. So what's the game plan? Oh, nice. I am going to get, I'm gonna go to the move relearner and get Curse back on my moveset. And the plan is just gonna be Curse, Substitute, Return Earthquake. Because Curse is my only setup move. Alright. The only moves I need are... I don't need Hidden Power. Alright, now I just gotta teach Earthquake in the place of Dragon Claw. And then Return in the place of Thunderbolt. Because if I just had Earthquake Thunderbolt, I'd have nothing for the Clay Doll. A Pokemon was replaced. In the game's code, we replaced Dragonite. We basically just changed its sprite, its base stats, moveset. So we basically just transformed it into a different Pokemon. Technically, if you used something called the disassembly, which is just the raw game and its files, you can add the Pokemon to the game without replacing. But replacing is generally the the easier way. All right, Steven. I hate how this run's going to be better. Then again, all this run is I mean, I guess early game, the resets were at least quicker resets. We used some ROM hacking tools. There's a lot of documentation for how to make Gen 3 ROM hacks. I'm sure you could probably find a video on how to, like, do a Gen 3 ROM hack. But the only thing we did was just replace one Pokemon. My over might have a chance. Dude, you voted over 146. What makes you think your over has a chance? Dude, I'm literally set now. Because of my ability, Steven cannot crit me. This is still annoying. Yeah, Thunderbolt would two-shot this, but it's just I'd have nothing for it all. I believe so, yes. I just do Steven in my runs just because, you know, it's fun. It's just one battle. Really? Technically, you the player are the strongest battle. True. 141.48, 6 resets at level 69, the time of 4:43. Let's go ahead and update this. 4:43. So my game time is immediately better. I literally have the same number of resets, and I'm one level lower. I think it's still worse than Decidueye, but I think the only reason that this run did so much better was because I exchanged. In the first run, I had long resets, plus there was like 2 minutes where I was trying to figure out the game plan for Steven. I exchanged long resets in the league for quick resets early on. Like, the resets Tate and Liza didn't really take that long, but like getting resets against like Phoebe, for example, took a while. So Steve, what was this you said about your over having a chance? Did you really think Steven was going to take me like 5 minutes? Beat the game with only Zigzagoon? Not today. Alright, that was a long one. Honestly, this run can probably get no resets if you did more training just because of how defensive this thing is. But, Tate and Liza, I feel like I played pretty bad. Wallace is... I don't really know how to deal with Wallace, honestly. This thing gets, like, no grass move to deal with it. So, you're never going to one-shot it. It's going to use Amnesia. I just don't really know what to... I guess, technically, you could go into the league with Curse, but I don't think that's a good idea. Cough, cough, undertraining. Oh yeah, I undertrained by 1 level. I was only 1 level lower again. Honestly, the 1 level lower made a difference. Remember those fights where the Wish Cache was living at 1 HP when it killed me? I was at 67 instead of 68. Like in the first run. I think damage rounding actually mattered for that fight. So I think you might have been right. Anyway, though, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be probably Sunday. We're not doing a stream Saturday. Steve and I will be over at Ike the Killer's stream on Twitch on Saturday at 7 p.m. EST, probably earlier than that. He's going to be doing Emerald with Pyukumuku, and I want to be there to witness this run. I want to see him suffer. So yeah, the next run will be Sunday. I'll probably release the schedule today, so I don't forget, but I have a problem with forgetting to release the schedule. Anyway, I will see you all later. Bye.